Welcome back, UK pension subscribers. My name's Dominic James Murray, CEO and founder here at Cameron James. I've been transferring UK pensions for over 11 years now, so I hope my experience is valuable for you. Okay, so today we're going to be discussing how do you get a CETV for your pension. So what I can say right from the beginning is we're only talking about final salary schemes here. If you have a defined contribution scheme, you will just have a transfer value, whilst with a DB scheme, you will have a cash equivalent transfer value. So what I can say from the start is don't do it yourself. Now, clients will often say to me, why? Or clients come from me, yeah, I'm doing my research, I'll get my CETVs and then I'll come back to you. Famous last words. This isn't because we're like, oh, we're hungry and we want to do all of the business. It is because you will get it wrong and you will mess it up. And then it will lead to a lot of stress and drama in terms of trying to get your transfer done. Let me give you a quick example of this. I'm currently working with a client in the Isle of Man. When he watches this video, he'll know I'm talking about him. So he obtained his free cash equivalent transfer values back in December 2021. Great. Done job. His scheme emailed him, yep, we've sent you the documentation, etc, etc. You've now got 3 months. He's then like, great. In January time, he starts his research, starts his due diligence. Maybe takes him a couple of weeks. He eventually gets in touch with us around mid-February time. Hi Dominic, we have an initial appointment. He's like, wow, you guys seem super professional. I've spoken with lots of firms. Okay, I'd like to work with you. Okay, great. Let's move ahead with the transfer. Let's get your paperwork in. So he starts sending over the information to us, and at that stage we complete a letter of authority with him, and we place the letter of authority on file with his free schemes. 3 final salary schemes, one with Mercer, which I'll talk about in a moment, one with Capita, and one with Zurich. So he starts sending all his paperwork over to us. Hi Dominic, here's all the paperwork, let's do the transfer. And I'm like, okay, great. Team, please review through all of his paperwork, see if there's any missing information from his cash equivalent transfer values. Within a couple of hours, my team come back to me, Dominic, he doesn't have a cash equivalent transfer value. He has a letter from Capita saying they've sent him a cash equivalent transfer value. Please ask the client for cash equivalent value. I email the client. That's all the paperwork I have, Dominic. I'm like, okay, well, you don't have a cash equivalent transfer value. You just have documentation, reams and reams of documentation from them, but there's no cash equivalent transfer value. He says, well, it says here that they've given me one. And I'm like, well, where is it? So anyway, we then have to wait a period of 10 to 15 days for his scheme, this was Mercer, to apply our LOA on file, which allows us to talk to them directly. By the time we finally speak to Mercer, yeah, we sent it out to the client already. And we're like, okay, the client hasn't received it. Well, we sent it in the post, client must have lost it. Speak to the client. It was never received in the post. I'm always at home. I haven't been on holiday. I don't know where the paperwork is. We call Mercer back again. Sorry, okay, we'll resend another one now. So this is like, we're already into March now, early March. The client obtained these in December. So you have 3 months, January, February, March. His Capita and his Zurich were still valid, which meant we could start the transfer process for those or write the report. However, if the client wants to save costs and have everything included in one report, which is far more cost effective, we need all 3 CETVs at the same time. Our pension transfer specialist said to us, Dominic, we can't start the Mercer one because we don't have the paperwork. The client then contacts Mercer again, and Mercer refused to send him an additional CETV. We were running out of time. We asked for an extension. They said, no, you will have to pay for a new cash equivalent transfer value, £295 plus VAT, actually not plus VAT for the client. So he paid that. We finally got the new CETV coming through from Mercer. What did that then mean for the rest of his transfer? We're still, currently speaking, we're now into May, we still haven't got the transfer done for the client, and the reports have still not been started, because by the time the Mercer CETV came through, the client, they had to raise an invoice for £295. It took 11 days to raise the invoice and for the client to pay the invoice. It then takes 2 to 3 to 4 weeks for them to write the new cash equivalent transfer value. So now the client has his Mercer. He also has his Zurich one, which is valid. The Capita then expired. There wasn't enough time. So now he's starting the process again with Capita. He's gonna have to pay them another £245 or something to have a second CETV written. And actually, we're gonna have to start his financial advice report. He possibly will have to have the third one added and included at a later point and pay for another report fee. So if you want to talk about CETVs, understand, should you be doing it yourself or should you be doing it through a financial advisor, you can click the link below on my Calendly to book in for a free consultation for us to explain the process for you. Do your research first. Do your due diligence first. Who do you want to work with? Who do you trust? Who do you like the look of? Who do you think has your best interest at heart? Make that decision and then obtain your CETVs. Don't do it the other way around. You can also book in via WhatsApp and have a conversation with myself. You can go straight there and I'll either send you a voice note or respond to your inquiry and then look to get you booked in for an appointment. So you can obtain your CETVs yourself. You can email your scheme and ask them, can I have my cash equivalent transfer value? However, unless you are a pension transfer specialist, which I doubt you are if you're coming for advice in the first place, you will not actually know as a layman whether what they've sent you is enough to transfer your pension. You will then get annoyed with us, or you'll get annoyed with the process because it's taking too long, everything's been slowed down, but unfortunately, the biggest problem in the whole of this transfer has been the client themselves. If they had just allowed a financial advisor to put an LOA on file, gather all the CETVs at the same time, we then receive the CETVs. We have 3 months to write your report and get everything done. That means smooth, calm. When we send you your report, you can read it. It's 80 pages long. I'm not sure if all clients actually physically read them before signing, but you should be able to read through and have time to make an educated decision. If in other scenarios, we're working 3 days before the cash or equivalent transfer value and we send you the report, you're just gonna have to sign it. This is a very big, important decision. Why? If you're gonna work with a financial advisor in the end, why are clients so scared to show any form of commitment to working with a financial advisor? And most importantly, when you put an LOA on file, it's a letter of authority. It's not a transfer of authority, it's a letter of authority. It just simply means we can say to Capita, hi, Mr. XYZ client trusts us, we're a financial advisor, can we please have all the scheme information? If the client at any point says, I think Dominic's rubbish, didn't like their report, didn't like our appointment, don't like the way he talks, I want to work with someone else, you can just go and work with someone else. We'll give you all of your CETVs and we've done most of the hard work for you. The other financial advisor will then have an easy job to do. So clients need to get out of this mindset of filling out an LOA and, oh, it means I'm locked in or I'm trapped with the financial advisor. I don't know of any financial advisor who has ever locked a client in by signing an LOA with them. You have to do a transfer. There's a lot of paperwork that you need to sign. Guys, I hope this has been useful. You may say to me, Dominic, shut up. I want to do my CETV myself. Then I'll get in touch and I'll do that. But just from my experience, it's a really bad strategy and it ends up being very, very stressful. It requires weekend work on our side to get things done at the last minute, which we're happy to do so if we're going to have a long-term client, but just avoid it. Be simple, do your research, work out who you're going to work with, and then let your financial advisor obtain your cash equivalent transfer values. At Cameron James, we even copy you in on the LOA email to your seeding scheme. And when you see our email, you will understand why you would not have had all the correct information. We have about 27 bullet points of information that we ask for because we don't want the transfer to go wrong. We don't want it to be delayed. Guys, that's my rant on CETVs. Can you get them yourself? How do you get them yourself? Yes, you can do that, but just do it for a financial advisor and you'll save yourself a huge amount of time and effort. And most importantly, our cost doesn't change. Our 1%, 2% or 3% transfer fee is the same. The report fee is the same. Whether we do all the LOA work for you and do all the background hard work and do the transfer, you're not gonna get a discount if you come and say, I've already got my CETVs. If anything, you're actually a more complicated client because you would have almost got it wrong. And then you might send the paperwork to us by taking a picture of it with your phone or scanning it in on your computer. Doing an 80-page document on a scanned-in version from your mobile phone is extremely bad, and sometimes compliance will say the quality is not good enough, we cannot ascertain the information, we then have to contact your scheme and ask for an electronic copy. When we submit our LOA, we tell them we only want electronic copies. Please do not send them in the post. It is pointless. It is a massive waste on the environment as well. Send it via email, high quality, to either the client or ourselves so we can work on the pension transfer as soon as possible. Guys, I hope that's been useful. CETV ran over. I look forward to speaking with you soon. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. Thank you very much.